In this video, we will learn about heat transfer and its types. Let's understand what heat transfer is. Heat transfer is the process of heat moving from one place to another. According to the second law of thermodynamics, heat always travels from a place of higher temperature to a place of lower temperature. Let's take two materials as an example. One material is at 60 degrees Celsius and the other material is at 20 degrees Celsius. Heat will transfer from the material at 60 degrees Celsius to the material at 20 degrees Celsius. As this transfer occurs, the temperature of the material at 60 degrees Celsius will decrease and the temperature of the material at 20 degrees Celsius will increase. Heat transfer will continue until the temperatures of both materials are equal. Once they are equal, heat transfer will stop. At this point, there is no net heat transfer occurring. This is called thermal equilibrium. So, this is the basic concept of heat transfer. Now, let's look at the types of heat transfer. There are three types of heat transfer: conduction, convection, and radiation. Conduction heat transfer is the type of heat transfer that occurs in a solid material. For example, consider a copper rod. If we apply heat to one end of the copper rod, the heat will travel from that end to the other end. Let's understand in more technical detail how heat travels in a copper rod. The atoms in a copper rod are all very close together. When we apply heat to one end of the rod, the first atom that comes into contact with the heat source heats up. This heated atom starts to vibrate a little bit. As it vibrates, it touches a nearby atom and transfers heat to that atom. Now, the nearby atom starts to vibrate and transfers heat to the next atom. In this way, each atom vibrates, transferring heat from one end of the rod to the other. This type of heat transfer that occurs in a solid medium is called conduction. Convection heat transfer is the type of heat transfer that occurs in a liquid or gas medium, similar to how it occurs in a solid medium. Let's consider a pot of water. When we heat the water, the molecules at the bottom of the water are heated first. As the molecules heat up, their density decreases and they start to rise to the top. Since the less dense molecules rise to the top, the cooler and denser molecules sink to the bottom. Once at the bottom, these molecules are heated again and rise back to the top. In this continuous process, all the molecules are heated as they rise, and the denser molecules sink, eventually heating the entire pot of water. This process also occurs in air. This type of heat transfer that occurs in liquid or gas mediums is called convection heat transfer. The last type is radiation heat transfer. Unlike conduction and convection heat transfer, which require a solid, liquid, or gas medium, radiation heat transfer does not require any medium. Therefore, it can also be transferred in a vacuum. A great example of radiation heat transfer is the heat that travels from the sun to Earth. The space in our solar system is a complete vacuum, and there is no air in it. However, the electromagnetic waves that are created by nuclear fusion in the sun travel through this vacuum as radiation heat transfer and reach our Earth. Not only that, but the electronic equipment, living beings, and bulbs that we use all release electromagnetic waves. The heat that is created by these waves can also travel through a vacuum. This is the explanation of heat transfer and its types. Thank you.